Friends, welcome back. It's Big Dano Plays Kingdom Death. It's the finale of Season 2 of The People of the Dreamkeeper. It's been a very satisfying experience. Very pleased with how everything has gone. We absolutely made some mistakes trying to reconcile all of the new systems and everything that exists for this game as a solo player, whilst also trying to provide engaging content is not the easiest thing to do, but we've done our best and I'm pretty pleased with it. So we are heading into the final showdown with the Godhand. I have the added advantage of additional knowledge, and so I will just talk through our situation over here with our survivors. We have 13 endeavours. We are only going to spend one of those endeavours on face painting battle paint, depending on if we successfully roll. I'll do that now. We successfully roll battle paint. So departing survivors gain +2 and 1 insanity. So on our survivors page, we have actually picked up a number of survivors that were taken into the battle. Now, there's our 4 generic shit dog survivors. I'm going to have to go and do this a slightly different way. Let me explain what's going on. So all of these survivors are actually departing at the same time, and I'm doing that so they can all gain the benefits. Was I bringing Lucius? Yeah. At the same time when I click the depart button. Ellie, Lauren, was I bringing Lauren? No, wasn't bringing Lauren. Later video. So as you can see, we have a lot of survivors, all departing at the one time. I have selected an order for each of them to depart in, which you can see exactly what it is. And we are going to depart with all of those survivors at the one time, so they all get the departing bonuses, and then we're going to move them off so that I'm not smashed on the page. But I suppose, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So let's have a look at each of our survivors one after the other. Deno, the reason he's going out first, me, Red Fist, everyone that departs will get a strength token, which is awesome. We're wielding the Heartseeker, which is a pattern gear that we made. And we have another component which will involve in this showdown, which is called Elytria. We have 5 in the storage, so we can apply Sharp to 5 weapons in our storage. This one probably doesn't need it because it does have the razor sharp dice, but we will probably apply Sharp anyway just to absolutely guarantee we get it done. So Deno runs out, he gives everyone, he probably won't need it, but yeah. He gives everyone Red Fist for the showdown, and he has High Roller. Hopefully he's going to be able to avoid some of the attacks, but he is going to be an absolute beast. Chia, she was going to be our tank, but I really liked the other layout instead. So all we're giving her is the Seditioner. She has Axe Mastery, so if we see a thingy wound, she'll go in, and when she attacks with the Seditioner, she will also gain Deflect on the Royal Shield, and that will turn into Deflect 3 thanks to Death Education, which is lovely. Deflect bonus 3, so it'll be Deflect 5. So even though neither of these people are really rocking any armour into this showdown, they may still be able to, get around a few things. So that's Chia. Conrad has Guardian, so he's going out in the first roll just to let a few people maybe change some rolls. The Grand Kingslayer is already sharp and does Devastating 1. So we're going to try and do a couple of wounds with that bad boy. All 3 of these people, in fact all of our starters, we have given them Drydecanthus in a means of attempting to slow down the Godhand chopping people's heads off. And finally Top, who is also an Axe Master, wielding the Usurper, and we've given him a monster tooth necklace, which we crafted in the last Lantern Year. Another Guardian, which is pretty great. At top is also Immortal with Leprosy and an Axe Master. So again, what we're looking for here is the opportunity to cut into permanent wounds so that we can get it done. So that's 4 starting survivors, all Dried Acanthus, very little armour, relying mostly on just getting some wounds done. Venus will be our 5th survivor that comes in. Now we do have our Scout, which is Tamika, which we'll come back to at the end. Venus is rocking not much, 2 Katars. They don't need to be sharp because they're already sharp. She's going to struggle with her strength, so we've given her 4 strength, which includes Deno's Red Fist. So they'll go up to 13 with sharp. Unlikely to get wounds through there. We're looking for 17 to wound. So we're looking for, with Venus, her Mirror Eyes to trigger a critical hit, which will result in 2 automatic critical wounds, a perfect hit. Katar Mastery, which is good, allows us to ignore reactions and potentially gain some evasion. So I'm sorry, we've gone through everyone. Not yet everyone. Finally, our last person, Reynaldo, serial code, a game with the Dried Acanthus, and literally just wielding the Adjudicator. I think I've got more Dried Acanthus actually, so we'll give him a Dried Acanthus. Sure, buddy. Yeah. I put the total settlement storage situation back on, so I could only use what I've made, and I went through and made stuff like monster tooths and blah blah blah. Great. So another axe. That one will also be made sharp. So we've got 5 Elytria, so we've got 5 weapons that we're going to make sharp. Potentially, this one will not make the list. I may not make this one sharp, depending on how we're tracking. Damien is our survivor who will come in and is probably going to, hopefully, survive by dodging every single hit that the dude attacks him with. He's an absolute beast. We probably would be better off putting him in somewhere else, but because of his sword mastery and his ability to not be knocked down, reduce knockback that he suffers down to 1, full green armour, green charm. Now we're actually going to change the green charm here because I don't think he's going to die at all to a luck charm. So at this point I think the luck charm is better. I made a lot more luck charms. So that's done. Ellie is our Mirror Eyes and Venom Edge, Hissing Arms, Timeless Eye. So she is a weapon and she's going to roll with the Assassinator and try and get a perfect hit and then just go to town. They will also be made sharp. However, I feel it's unlikely that they'll need any assistance, given that if we roll a perfect hit, it goes to strength 22, plus she has an extra 2 strength, so it's strength 24. So yeah, we'll make them sharp. Lucius, just rocking the Usurper at strength 20. We'll probably make that sharp, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we've got 5 things that we'll make sharp. The Lanternist hit location, that gets everyone survival every turn if we need it. Still rocking evasion 7, so this person will probably be our late game, hoping to get the job done if we haven't done it already. Finally, Portia, also coming in late. And again, depending on how things are going, we might bring some of these ones in at different times, but Portia is going to rock in with all of her unspent endeavours turned into reroll tokens, and she doesn't even have to do a wound to do a wound. She just gets to rock the 11 blood. When you, at the end of your attack, if you hit the monster, it is shocked and suffers an automatic wound, full stop. She's not, I don't even think she's going to be able to wound with her weapon. Fortune Lantern Sword. She's going to go to 10. She needs to roll double 10s to be able to wound with the Fortune Lantern Sword. We have 3 Death King Greaves. 1 is on Portia, 1 is on Ellie, and 1 is on Tamika. And I'll talk about Tamika right now. So she has the most important role of anyone in our hunting party. So she is going to rock Death Collector, Light Whisperer, on arrival, gain a death token. We are going to use her to cycle through the hit location deck to make sure that we don't proc the trap. And we've given her the Death Pact to trigger an automatic critical wound. We've given her the Greaves to also slam in and knock him down in the middle of a turn. The Vermin Belly Boots to hopefully prevent her from being attacked. And a Drydecanthus in case she is attacked or beheaded. So to start, thanks to Red Fist and the Death Token and the and the 2 bleeding tokens, she's going to be flipping 4. So feels pretty good. We're going to be flipping 4 cards on the top of the deck. And that's it. So I feel like this is our best possible approach to this showdown. We do have a story in the snow up our sleeve again if we fail. But it'll be a matter of playing for tempo, waiting for the right moments to bring on the Griswoldo. But we want to try and get some early wounds in play. Our friend has 30 wounds. So if we go down here and have a look, 30 wounds, toughness 30, 30 wounds, Old Blood, True Ghost Step, Reinforcements, Indom, and Transformation on top with +2 accuracy. Always goes first. We flip 2 of these bad boys. So if there's ever been a time to flip some tall grass, it's now, don't know. Glowing Waypoint does very little to help us, my friend. Flower Patches, luck token could be all right, I suppose. That's not helpful. Not helpful. Let's put some Flower Patches out, I guess, just in case. Me and my boys will mess you up. I think we're good to go, friends. We depart. We depart and we wish us luck. So we'll manage our departing survivors. We have to gain an additional 1, 2, 3, 4 survival and an insanity. Great. So we'll now go to this mode and we will, no, we won't do that. We'll do this way. So we're going to take Venus away, take Reynaldo away, Damo, Ellie, Lucius, Portia. This is our 4 starting survivors. So top is the dude with the axe. Conrad is the dude here. This is Deno, this is top, this is Chia, Little Pudding. So we want probably this Chia, who wants criticals most of all. Doesn't really matter who gets criticals at this point. I am very nervous. Okay, well just if over here we haven't shuffled these bad boys, so. Now unfortunately we do not have a wisdom potion at this point in time because she is not on the showdown board. So that's unfortunate. All right, it specifically says start the showdown with transformation on top of the board. When this card is drawn face down, if it knows the Godhand arrives steaming mad, archive this and draw an AI card. So that is removed and we draw the closest threat Giganus power sequence. Okay, so we get to decide who we want this to be. And it's probably best to be top, I think, at this point. Because of his leprosy, maybe? Or do we have it be Deno? Chia. So someone's dying. Likely. Perform true ghost step, knock back 10. So it's definitely not Tamika. Conrad has High Roller. Conrad is wielding what? A Grand Kingslayer. I do want that to survive. What's your evasion, Conrad? Your evasion is 2. So he's hitting on 2+. Gain 1 systemic pressure token. Does any one of these weapons have reach 2? None of these have reach 2. So, do we trigger our first knockdown? I think we probably do. So Tamika is going to spend a surge and she's going to use the King's Greaves to knock the monster down. So that is the Giganus power sequence. So no true ghost step, old blood. Great. So that's our first use of that item. So we're done with that. I'll put one of those out. You are done. Okay, so we now get to have a little play in the sprinkler. So what I want to do is do Tamika. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to use her Story of the Young Hero. And she is going to then use Light Whisperer to reveal cards from the top of the hit location deck equal to the number of tokens. She has 4 tokens because she has 1 strength token, from Deno and his Red Fist. She has 1 death token itself from that, and then all of her bleeding tokens count as well. So we will flip the top 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get to place them back in any order. There is no trap, but there is Godspeed on a couple of these. So I think our best play here is to go with the Super Dense and the Seditioner. You're shot, motherfucker, and nobody likes you. Shot. None of these have critical wound, permanent critical wound things. So, Guardian, High Roller, Chia. So the 2 first ones are Super Dense. Alright. So we're going to do it. Going to do it like that, I think. Okay. This is nervous. I'm nervous. So the monster's turn's done, and he's currently knocked down. So what we want to do is dash with everyone here. So Chi's going to dash. Conrad's going to dash. Top's going to dash. Tamika's not dashing. Deno dash. Jamaica's done and she's spent her surge already. So Deno not gaining a speed would only be rolling 2 dice on the Heartseeker. He's not the right option. Chia, she is swinging with the Seditioner. So we've made this Seditioner thingy. What's the word? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she'll move here and she will swing with the Seditioner. She's hitting on a 5+. She has 12 reroll tokens. She rolls a 1. She'll use a reroll token. She rolls a 7. She hits. We know the hit location to be this super dense with a failure reaction. So she will attempt to wound. A 3 plus her sharp roll is an 11 plus the Seditioner 23. Not a failure, super dense, so we archive that location and we do 2 wounds. 28. So that puts up deflect, and it puts up deflect 5 on Chia, on her royal shield. Boom, we're going to swing again with the Seditioner using a surge. We hit on a 9. We know this hit location to be the Gilded Cuirass, which is super dense. That is a 9. Is that a critical, Deno? Did we give a luck, or does Chia have a luck? Oh, she doesn't have a luck. It is a wound, so reflex happens. Perform True Ghost Step, targeting the attacker. If they attacked with a heavy weapon, it is heavy. They must prevail or suffer the broken arm severe injury. So prevail is, it's another 2 wounds, 26. Prevail is, you must spend all of your survival or broken arm. Broken arm is you can't, this is also archived. Broken arm is you can't use 2-handed weapons, I believe. So we're going to let that broken arm go through and we're going to trigger the Drydecanthus. So that's Chia's turn. So the next one we need, let's see, Deno, no speed. Conrad, no speed. Top, no speed. So Top is kicking along with the Usurper. He is not going to be able to do anything about this. So we might trigger Top here. So he's going to swing with the Usurper. And we know this is going to trigger the thing. So he hits twice with the Usurper. And unfortunately, he doesn't have anything he can do about this. If there are 2 or fewer AI cards, end your attack, draw AI. So we draw an AI card. Place the Godhand 2 spaces from the left board edge. Cool. Does it say where? Anywhere? Nice. We're going to do it right there. The board is getting cleaved apart as we watch. So Top will be done. Conrad. So Conrad's going to go now. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And he's going to swing with the Grand Kingslayer. He hits on an 8. I don't know what this is. There is a failure reaction. Grand Kingslayer. Perfect. So the Grand Kingslayer is already sharp. We don't have any other benefits here, so we're looking for. Are we looking for a 13? Oh, we are lucky as well. And we have Guardian and High Roller. Okay, so yellow is our crit dice. That's an 18, including a crit. Your strike penetrates, gain 1d10 survival and +5 strength, archive this card. Okay. Archive this card. That's devastating, so it does 2 wounds. And Conrad will spend a survival to surge and attempt to swing again. 8 is a hit. He hits an impervious hit location. Okay, this is good news. The Godhand expands its malice, reflex. So we need another critical here, Deno. So we'll use a Guardian reroll at this point. Nope, so we fail. I don't think we can do anything about that. It's an impervious hit location. He doesn't have axe. Okay, so he suffer 5 damage and knock back 10 towards the left board edge. Unlucky. He's been knocked off. Conrad is dead. Confirm. Okay, Conrad, you bravely went in there, champion, and you did a good job. We're proud of you. So Deno's our last one to go. He is wielding the Heart Seeker. He's going to move 1, 2, and he's going to swing with the Heart Seeker. It's hitting on a 4+. It's 2 speed. He hits twice. Oh, there's a parry. That sucks. And this one. Okay, so we'll definitely do this one. So, this is a sharp, razor sharp, impeccable wound. Well, Deno wants to be in the front for impeccable, I think. Impeccable is if you fail you to do something. So the yellow dice will be our crit. Deno does have a lucky charm. Heartseeker is not lucky. Deno does not have a luck, I don't think. He does not have a luck. So he's got high roller though. That doesn't help us, but maybe it will help us if we trigger the basic action. That is a wound, and absolutely a successful one at that. 23. So the failure is ignored. Deno will swing again on this one. The yellow dice needs to be a 9. It's not, but we will spend a Guardian reroll from Conrad's gone Chia. So Chia will spend a Guardian reroll. We fail to wound, and so you are knocked down, end all attacks, and draw an AI card. So that is the end of Deno's attempted turn. When this comes into play, draw an AI. All the monster's attack profiles gain after damage. Blazing Sword. Hang on a second. Before I do anything else, I just want to check the impeccable, because I think impeccable might be something we can do something about. Impeccable might be if you're in the front and you fail to do a wound, you get to try again. Impeccable. During your wound attempt, reroll any natural ones. No. Okay, and what's the other one? Razor sharp. Yep, okay, great. Getting it mixed up with the other sword. Okay, so we've brought in the blazing sword. So now we have to draw another one. Death King's Embrace. A threat with the most armor points. Ah, no. The Death King Greaves are going to come back to bite us here. Oh, no, they're not. Deno's still higher. Yes. 15. Yes. Cancel all reactions while this is in play. This seems like a pretty reasonable attack profile, doesn't it? So we can stand Deno up and have a swing here. So I think we'll do that. Deno, stand up. Surge. Top will fist bump you to stand you up, mate. We cancel all reactions while this is in play. So, and this works because, I think, the failure reaction says end all attacks and draw AI. So when your attack is ended, that's what prevents you from spending survival. So we will trigger a survival opportunity here for Deno to swing his sword. He gets to reroll a 1. He hits twice, and we get super dense on the gilded silk cape. Okay, so Deno will just do the gilded silk cape. It's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing happens. This super dense with the reflex is actually cancelled. So that's a wound, but it's not a critical. I wonder if we should attempt to re-roll into a critical. We absolutely should. Doesn't work, but we still do a wound. Okay, so now Deno is about to cop a 10 speed attack, which is very nice. This is 8. Don't think we'll need any more than this. 22 damage apiece. Wrong person, not Chia. Deno. He's evasion 2, the big fella. We got red fist, we got high roller. We'll steal this 10. 1, 2 misses there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus 2 more. That's a 1, 6. So 6 hits. We can dodge 1. So we're down to 5 hits, so we don't necessarily have to die, except we do have after effect, knockback. Oh, this attack is keen. Nice. Deno dies. He's knocked back off the board edge. That is the end of our turn. And Deno is dead. Top still has a surge available. And so he does not have a shield, does he? No, he does not. So that is the end of our turn. Now let me just read reinforcements at the start of the survivor's turn. So let's draw an AI card. A random threat. This is what we didn't want to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 10. Come on, Deno. Oh, it's a 9. It's Tamika. No. We don't have any more knockdowns in play at this point. This is exactly what we didn't want. Can we force a re-roll on that somehow? Oh, hang on a second. Vermin belly boots. When the monster has another eligible target, it will always pick them first. So it's between these two, 1 to 5. Oh, Deno, you're a genius. Okay, perform true ghost step. Move the monster until it passes through the target. Top will dash. So he's going to end up here. True ghost step triggers. He goes to here like this. Synchronic attack. 7 speed. Hitting on a 1+. Little Chia, poor little girl, has... oh my god, she's got 4 evasion and he's rolled 2, 3, 3, 4. So those miss. Oh, goodness me. She could survive this. Oh, she got 5. She got 5 deflect up. Deflect, deflect, deflect. That'll do, pig. No after damage effects. And, oh, that's before damage. Does she have any flammable gear? She does have the monster grease. She suffers 5 damage to her waist. So that knocks her down, triggers a severe injury. The severe injury is a 1, but she will use her... no, she will not use her thing because she already used it. So she is dead. Well, she's a lifetime reroll for that, I guess. That's an 8. Alright, she has no rerolls left on Guardian. 8 on the arms is a spiral fracture. Gain a bleeding token, skip the next hunt. And -2 strength. Alrighty, that is the end of the monster's turn. So we will perform Embolden. And who do we bring on here? I think we're going to bring on our person with the trash or the crest crown. So we can reshuffle the hit location deck should we need. So Lucius comes on, and then I guess we'll follow our original plan. Reynaldo's coming on with the Adjudicator. Venus coming on with the 2 Katars. Yeah, come with 2 Katars. Okay. So the 2 Katars chick is here. And Reynaldo is here. Okay. So that's our turn. Oh, that's his turn done. So we will start with Tamika. She'll move further away. And she will use her action. She'll give herself 2 more bleeding tokens. If she gets hit, she dies, so we don't care. And we're going to have a look at the next 6 cards in the hit location deck. But we also have to roll a dice and see if we roll a 1. We do not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 1 left. Okay, the trap was 2 away, so... Godspeed. Here is a persistent injury. Top can do that. Great. So we'll put that on top, and top can go next. That is a first strike. So we'll skip that. Failure. Failure. Yep, so I think we're going to do this. Yep. Ooh. That. Okay. So we have 5 cards before we have to draw the trap. All right, our first person that we're going to swing with is Top. So he is going to swing with his Usurper. That is sharp, and he's in the rear. Perfect hit. Turns into a nothing. And that one's a hit. So we got 1 hit. We know it's this. There is a critical wound, persistent injury, so if we are successful in this wound, it automatically becomes that critical. 3 and a 6 is 9, plus our 19 is not enough. We will attempt to re-roll that wound attempt with our axe specialization. 5 and 4 is 9. We will use a Guardian re-roll on that dice. The Godhand all survives within 3 spaces of the monster by an invisible force. Suffer 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's pretty annoying, Topulus. Am I missing something here? Immortal leprosy. That Game Master ability is awesome. No. No. He fails to wound completely. We might try and cancel this reflex actually. So let's slide in with, let's dash in with Venus, dash, surge. And she'll swing with the Guitar, Mastery, and Hissing Arm. So she needs to roll a 10 here. She rolls a 10, we're in very good shape. There's no 10, so it's a 6 and a 5 though, that's 2 hits. We know these 2 hit locations. So to wound, do we spend 2 rerolls on that? Venus, do we try and get rerolls on that? Definitely got a Guardian reroll her. So if we get it, yeah. See, movement 5. We need a 17 to do a wound. Oh yes, we cancel the first reaction thanks to Guitar Specialization. This one is a worse reaction, so we'll cancel that one. 6 and 4 is not enough. We can't do anything about that, unfortunately. But we cancel that reaction. This one, 3 and 9 is not enough, but if we re-roll this 3 into a 9, it is enough. Come on, Deno. Come on, Deno. Oh, it's a 1. Nope. That's bad. All right, so failure. Topulus suffers 10 damage, but that's all brain damage. So that one's done. And then Chia may swing here with the Seditioner. Was that a super dense? I think it was. Yeah. So she will swing. She hits with the Seditioner. That gives her deflect 5. This is spending a surge, and she'll also dash. First strike, prevail or die. So she will prevail. And attempt to wound that. She successfully wounds. It is not a critical, but it is not a super dense, so it's just 1 wound, 21. She has no survival left to dash now, which is a real shame. And so this is about to trigger. And everyone's going to get flung back 10 spaces towards the left board edge. So she's dead. She's dead. He's going to run into the monster and be done. Suffers 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe that's what happens. A survivor. When a monster. Yeah. I don't actually think the rules cover knocking into a monster, so I'm just going to assume that you stop there like you would with Impassable. He wouldn't die anyway. He's still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He would still be on the edge, but that's fine. So, Chia, dead. Venus, dead. Not happy that you didn't roll a critical. Probably should have re-rolled into those to do 2 critical wounds. It's Lucius's turn. He's going to spend a action and a move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he will shuffle the hit location deck. On top we have super dense, but it is a Godspeed. Not ideal, not ideal. Alrighty, I think we're going to hold fire there. No, we'll actually use Tamika. She'll spend a surge. And she'll look into the top 6 cards and see if she has to eat a death token. She does not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Super dense, super dense. I don't have the thing that lets me look at the top location, I just remembered. So there's 3 Godspeeds in here. So we need to separate those somehow. Yeah, all right. We know the trap's not in the top 6, so that's the end of our turn. His turn. Oh, I forgot to shuffle that. I'll put that somewhere down there. So, he draws an AI card, and he draws the furthest survivor in field of view. I very wisely kept both of our survivors equally far away because of the possibility of this coming. So, he is going to move through our targets. Do we surge with Toppy at this point? No. So we're going to move to here, through. Oh no, it's a range attack target. Cool. Range attack. Range 20, speed 7. So 7 speed I don't love. Accuracy, I have evasion 10. So it'd be 11, so he's 9s to hit. So he's rolled 2 9s. We do not have a shield. So we can dodge one of these. Okay, so where do the 2 hit locations go? They go on both on the legs. I don't have any other way to avoid that, do I? He's got no deflect. the calcified shoulder pads. So ripple pattern on a 10 plus, we ignore a hit. Come on, ripple pattern. No. Okay, so we'll dodge one of those hits. The other one triggers. Unfortunately, that means because of Blazing Sword, 10 damage and archive all flammable gear. The only flammable gear we have is the Monster Grease, which does reduce our evasion by 2. And we suffer 10 damage to another hit location. It's the head. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is all for this range attack. Bleed 2 and knockback 10. We're getting pounded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is the end of the monster's turn, so we now get to bring on some people. I think at this point we bring on Griswoldo. It's a risk, but I know that the top 4 hit locations do not include things. So Damo comes on. Do we just go all jets all the time now? Ronaldo, what are you bringing on? You're just bringing on an adjudicator, aren't you? Nah, let's go. Let's go! All right. Damo, the big fella, he's on the field. And so is Portia. We've still got Ellie, our Verminist, to come in and hopefully bring it home in the end. Okay. We're going to charge with Damo. Into there. So he is speed 4 with his attack. He is accuracy 10. He hits 4 times, so we are not proccing any 1, 2, 3, 4, any things here that I'm aware of. We can discard a first strike location if we want, and we will discard that first strike location. So I will get to, hopefully, do some criticals and stuff here. All right, so Griswoldo is wounding on a 2+, basically, but we have critting on a 7. We get to roll our dice first and then decide. How good's knockback? Knockback 1. Okay, we've wounded, but we will probably spend a Guardian reroll at this point. Into a wound. So that's a reflex. So I think we'll just do this one, which is a failure. So that's 3 wounds. So he goes down to 18. So we'll do this Gilded Crown. That is a wound that is also a critical, and so that does 4 wounds thanks to Savage and Devastating. And Befuddled, it trips over his cape and is knocked down. So this would trigger. The next time it would draw an AR card, discard this card. So we're actually going to do it in this order now. That's another critical, but we've already got Savage off, so we go down to 11. This card comes into play now. He stands up. He would draw AI, but he can no longer draw an AI because of that being knocked down. 11. Okay, he will now move backwards using his Lantern Mask and then spend 2 survival, dash surge to swing again. Before he does that, Tamika will spend her surge to have a look at the deck and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does she have to suffer frenzy? She does not. The trap is right at the bottom. That's impervious. That's first strike. So we'll put the cape down there. Beautiful. Another charge. The Green Armour charge! So there's a 1. I don't think we have any Guardian rerolls left on the board. That was our 4th one before. No. 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 Okay, no Guardian rerolls left. So it's just 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. We get to do however we want in order after we roll our hit roll. It's a 2 and a 6, so we will take this. We suffer 1d10 brain damage, crushed by hopelessness. I'm not sure how he's going to survive. Is this going to go down to 1,027 insanity? 3 wounds. 8 left, rather. Next one. It's not a wound, but it is a crit. Sorry, it's not a crit, but it is a wound. Down to 5. And this last one is a fail to wound. Damien is going to use his lifetime reroll into a 6, which is a wound. Takes it down to 2. There is a reflex, but we are going to dash and surge with her, Portia, hang on, yeah, we'll dash and surge with Portia, and we will use Lucius's surge to reshuffle the hit location deck. Fortune Lantern Sword, hitting 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's 2 hits. We have a parry, and we have impervious. Damn. All right, well, we've got 2 wounds left, so we're doing 1. So it's a sword specialization. I think this weapon needs to roll literally 10 to be able, double 10s to be able to wound. Yeah, we need to roll double 10s to be able to wound. We haven't applied a toughness penalty at all, so 8 and a 2. We've got 2 reroll tokens. We've got 12 reroll tokens, so we'll try it off. Nope. So we don't do a wound, but we did hit, and so that does a wound at the end of our attack. Failure, knockdown, end all attacks, and draw AI. I think that means we end that attack as well. Maybe? I'm not sure how that works. Draw an AI card. Full precognition. If this card is revealed without being drawn, play it. No, otherwise discard it and draw AI. We have a green one, a repeat instant death. A random survivor. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is all the way down here. Perform true ghost step. You will die. That's it. It's a repeating card. That's the end of our turn. We can't do anything about that. So he does this. He's got 1 wound left and he's instantly killing everyone. Who does he target next? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's her. She will move. Or she'll dash to there. He performs true ghost step to there. We need to do 1 wound left. She dies. We bring on Ellie. Ellie is our last hope. Not quite, but we're running short after this. Ronaldo's also could come in. But Ellie is, I think Ellie might be able to get the job done. So she will swing using the Assassinators. 7 and a 9. 9 is a perfect hit. So we will roll again. It's another 9 into a perfect hit. It shouldn't matter at this point unless the trap is top decked or close to the top. 1, 2, oh my God. She did envenom. She did envenom, so that's nice. The Godhand moves towards the attacker with impossible speed. They suffer the decapitation, severe injury. However, fortunately, she has a dry decanthus, so she does not suffer the decapitation. She will surge. As long as she rolls 2 hits, she does the final wound thanks to Envenom Edge. And I can't see that failing. That is a perfect hit, so we're going to get top deck trap for the 2nd time. Guess what? You still died of poison, Joker. When you hit the monster at least 2 times, it feels the effect of the poison and suffers 1 wound. We poisoned him to death. That's what you get, buddy. Oh, he knows. He knows. That's what you get. We had a rock solid strategy there, friends. We had a rock solid strategy. I stepped it out. The knowledge from the last showdown made a difference. Green Armour obviously accounted for 15 of those wounds. Pretty good. Would we have been able to do it without Green Armour? I spent so much of my time in that showdown, in that campaign, trying to make Green Armour, and if we had instead focused on building up a collection of survivors that could attack, I think we would have been fine. I could have also shot Death Pact. I didn't shoot Death Pact. I think you probably keep some Founding Stones to throw at him as well. There's a lot of good late game gear that can handle him. Things like Usurper is really good. Seditioner, Regicider, even just the Kingslayer, the King gear in general, like the Grand Kingslayer is pretty good. Sharp, Strength 13. If you're at average Strength 5, you're looking for slightly over averages to do 2 wounds with Devastating. And yeah, we had multiple Death King Greaves up our sleeve there to knock him down. If we needed to, which we didn't. Awesome. That is much scarier fight when he knows. Thanks, Taste. Thanks, Tastemaker. You fucking joker. Let's go and have a look at the epilogue, shall we? It's a lovely epilogue. Victory! Somewhere, an entity pauses, gently laying aside its work so that the ink pooled in the eyes do not spill. It opens a great book and watches a single page fall free from the binding. Recorded on the page is a settlement proudly carving the faces of its people onto the stone floor. The settlement defeats the Godhand and warily endures the darkness until its time is ended. In their remaining lantern years, the survivors enshrine the beloved members of their community by altering stone faces in their likenesses. The topography of the land is forever changed. Permanently add character to your new campaigns. Another playthrough of the Gambler's Chest completed, friends. That was incredible. I enjoyed that even more than the first run through. Got to see probably 2 of my favourite, or 3 of my favourite philosophies there in Marrowism, Lanternism and Verminism. Those are all 3 absolute bangers. Absolutely stoked on those. So I think if we think about the future, the Black Knight expansion, we've got Black Friday coming up very soon. It's an amazing time to be in Kingdom Death. The next year or two, we'll probably see another 4 or 5 expansions. There's enough content here. My next plan. I was planning on doing a People of the Sun playthrough, but I haven't actually ever done that. And really, what I want to do is crank out Slenderman. I haven't fought Slenderman for quite a while, and the Dragon King and the Sunstalker. So I'm thinking I might play a People of the Lantern campaign, and I might include the things that I've enjoyed most. Let's go and have a look at our settlement. I was a little bit wiser this time. Let's go have a look over here. A little bit wiser. I kept a copy in case I had to cycle through. But yeah, so if we make a People of the Lantern, we'll just call it a random name, Bukako for the moment. It's a little bit too close to something else. The Butcher is required, the Hand is required, but we can replace the King's Man with Slenderman, and we can replace the Phoenix and the Antelope. So I want to use the White Lion. Crocodile's amazing, no arguments there, but the White Lion has some additional cards that have been added. The White Lion Node 1 ability card, knowledge cards, and then it's also got some Indomitable gear and potentially some Indomitable weapons. And then I also bought Longclaw Lenore, so that adds another Indomitable resource. Dragon King is a Node 3. Unfortunately, so is the Sunstalker, but I'm okay with adding 2 Node 3s. I will absolutely face the King. The King was incredible. And we'll replace the thing with the Smog Singers. I'm still not sure about Smog Singers. I don't know if they're a win or not. I'm going to include the Lonely Tree because I'm painting that this weekend. And we will absolutely include Ark Survivors, Encounters, Seed Patterns and Characters. I have 2 questions and I'm keen for your thoughts, friends. I'm keen for your thoughts. The first is, do we include scouts? I'm not sure on scouts personally. As much as I love the lantern, it did feel like I was making the game way too easy. Way too easy. Being able to pick and choose what I wanted, being able to level up a 5th survivor, early Grimjaw wounds, just upscaled the ability of the settlement dramatically. So I don't know that is the right path. This is all the gear that I put into storage. Like, there's actually no. And the second question is, do I use this gear? Because there was no point in that game where we looked like we were going to lose. We fought. Later on, we had the Green Armour, but even in the early stages of the campaign, never felt threatened, never felt like we were teetering on the edge. And it's been my experience that sometimes that's the best, Kingdom Death times is when you're just desperately on the edge, so close, and yeah. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to use them, and I don't think I'm going to use scouts. So that does 2 things. It brings the sense of absolute randomness back. If we flip murder, great, we have to play around that. We have to have prepared for murder. Same for Bone Eater. We're less likely to draw into things like Marrowism and Homicidalism. We're more likely to draw into things like Plague. But I think that'll bring a little bit more enjoyment for me around this campaign. So I think that's what we'll do roughly. The seed patterns I really like, but they're very variable. Some games you'll just get one that's great early on, and then other games you just get all late game gear and it doesn't help you. But yeah, I think Jiggle Lion and the White Lion, it's going to be cool to include them and see what new gear we get out of that. Screaming Antelope versus Smog Singers, not sure. I like the Smog Singers a little bit more than I did after the first, few fights. There's a few bits and pieces in their gear that I didn't use at all. I didn't use any of their armour, so I'd like to try their armour set. So yeah, I think that's what we will do for our next campaign. That's going to be a little way off because I want to paint the tree. I want to just go through the rules again and refresh quite a few of the rules. But what an amazing, wonderful, incredible experience this Gambler's Chest has been. I was contemplating putting together a review video on how I felt about it. Very simply, I feel very good about it. I'm not someone who was in the original 2016 Kickstarter. I bought into the game in about 2019. So I haven't been waiting as long as other people, but I can comfortably say that you don't get quality like this experience without time. And it is so different to most Kickstarter games that I have played and experienced, in that there is just a real sense of love and care put into everything in the game. And I don't give a fuck about rules mistakes, spelling mistakes, stuff like that, right? Because I think we get hung up sometimes on what's the exact definition, right? And we forget that our whole point is to play games and have fun. And I try to play by the rules. I try to follow all the various FAQs and all that sort of stuff. But if there's an interpretation of a weapon or an item or an ability where it's like, well, this is clearly what the interpretation is meant to be, but the way that it's worded is probably slightly wrong, I just use it the way that it's intended. RAI, rules as intended. And I think Kingdom Death is all about that. It's all about, hey, play the game as best you can and have a great time. So for me, the quality of what we received in the Gambler's Chest far exceeded most people's expectations. The quality of the miniatures has never been questioned, but the quality of that philosophy system, the quality of the programming of the AI cards, the quality of the artwork, the quality of the actual product itself, it's another level. It's taking Kingdom Death to a new level, which to me is a wonderful thing. And I can see myself buying every single piece of content that there is to come in Black Friday in a couple of months, or a month and a bit, because I don't want to miss anything for this game moving forward. It's easily been one of the best board gaming experiences of my life. It ranks right up there and probably has overtaken, to be fair, Gloomhaven, which was a great experience with one of my best mates. Incredible. It's been a pleasure. Hope you've enjoyed this second playthrough of the Gambler's Chest. And I'll see you again probably in a few weeks, where we'll kick off with probably our last playthrough for a little while. Might shelve it and start something else. Of a People of the Lantern campaign with the new equipment, new gear. I'll catch you then. Big Dano out.